I wish I did this 7 years ago. I wish you got to see the last 7 years. Every minute, every day, always, forever.
Oh, and 5 without Mello this year.
It's good.
Yeah, sticks a pipe in the we're better off without Mello argument. Hopefully this version of Mello that passes.
2 overtime losses to decent teams. Houston and Oklahoma City without Mello.
Yeah.
You were there for both. Oh no, I was
there for
we were both. We were at 3 minutes for me.
Okay, no problem. I'll go see you.
Yeah, go see it. Whoever you guys deem as the 5 to 7 people that need to know first is something that I think we can do today. Like, I don't think at this point knows, and you telling them and they're your friends is for you to tell them today. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, I'm kind of shooting the shit here. You know what I mean? Met with Matt Higgins, our business partner, the guy who drove, former president of the Jets, drove the transaction for Steve Ross, owner of the Dolphins, because he works with him now to buy the piece of VaynerMedia, and is my partner in VaynerRC. Best dude, brother. Hello.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I am quite well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Great, we'll be very good. My major concern, as ever, is keeping your answers as full as possible.
Yes, in this new system.
Exactly.
Yep, makes sense.
Keeping all the things that are in the book without being a repetition of the book, being you.
No, I think that's right. I think the thing we did with the bullet points, I think reading them, putting a couple bullet points, lends it to more depth, less hyperbole, and so I think that will work.
Make sure we keep on doing that.
DailyVee is not monetized RAM. It's free content to teach people the way that I would learn, which is I wouldn't learn by reading, I would learn by watching. And so the Ask Gary Vee show is very, kind of prescription, kind of like, here's the direct answer. I've been very happy reading the comments of DailyVee for the people that are built like me, which is like, I just learned something, and for 90% of you, you didn't see it, but for the 10% that learned the way I do, they picked up on a cadence or a way I said it, or how I've done it, or it's been really cool. It's really cool to make a show that would have helped the 16-year-old me. And that's what DailyVee is for me. Like, that's how I would have learned. I learned by watching. I learned by watching everybody. And we're going really, that's why we're pushing it so hard. Email subject line, bam, Derek Cole talks about that, right? Like, that was one little thing that I may have never gotten to in Ask Gary Vee. Or honestly, there's been like 3 or 4 people that emailed me that are pretty big in the game, and they said, here's the weirdest thing I've learned from you. You're actually nice to people. Like when you're like at the airport, or your driver, or like somebody in the elevator, and like, I thought I was a big shot and I wasn't as nice, and you're way bigger than me, and that like kind of punched me in the gut. I know that you were excited about that because you know how I rolled, and you were excited. I knew that, like I knew, like without even knowing, I knew the first couple of Gary Vees were gonna have that, Daily Vees, because I was like, I know D-Rock wants the world to know that I'm a nice guy. All right.
And here's his question. You should just hear it, and then while you're hearing that, take a look at your
Yeah,
notes
it's long.
there.
Yep.
It's long, and you got to include Gone with the Wind.
You got it right. Got it.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Draymond Green, forward for the Golden State Warriors, and I am super excited about reading the next 10 questions in the Ask Gary Vee book to you. Thanks a lot for having me. You are much appreciated. How do I create interesting content for a boring product or a stale industry?
I'm gonna read the first part because that has to be there.
Got it.
A white lawyer defends a black man in a small southern town. A spoiled rich girl gets married 3 times and survives the Civil War. Boy meets girl. Recognize any of these? Shaved down to their core, To Kill a Mockingbird, Gone with the Wind, and Romeo and Juliet sound pretty damn boring. Their lasting power lies in fresh, imaginative, daring, surprising storytelling of their creators. There is no boring if you tell the right story.
If you tell the story right.
There is no boring if you tell your story right. What really gets me excited about this question is just living my life. For so many years, people came up to me and said, Gary, you're so lucky though, especially with Crush It and as my brand was building, you're so lucky, Gary, you have wine. That's an interesting category. That's why you were successful. Which, you know, if you know me, that pissed me off to no end because I wanted to remind people that before me, really before me, wine was held in a very esteemed place in the US. People talked down to people about it. If anything, people were intimidated about wine. Yeah, there was a small subset, normally in the affluent world, of people that were intrigued by wine. But the people that I was reaching and the people that were getting excited about wine and get excited about me, these were beer drinkers. These were 23-year-old dudes. These were 31-year-old females that had never been exposed to the wine world. They thought about wine 3 times a year. Thanksgiving, this, that, and the other thing. It wasn't that interesting. It's just I created interest around it. And if you look back, if you look at Jim Cramer, you know, is that really interesting? Is Wall Street interesting to people that don't care about making money on Wall Street? The answer is no. And I can break down everything, including things that we've accepted like sports and music. By the way, I'm not that interested in music, but Casey Kasem in the morning as a kid on radio got me excited about it. If you know how to storytell, especially if you have 2 things, listen to me, and listen to me good, and this is a very, very important part of this audiobook. If you have passion, like you really love it, and, because a lot of you love a lot of things, and you have expertise, if you really know it. Everybody knew I had passion with Wine Library TV. What everybody forgot is the day I started that show, I'd been in that industry for more than half my life. That at 14, 15, 16, and 17 years old, before I was 30 when I started the show, I was reading the Wine Spectator, becoming educated. That from 21 to 30, I was tasting and drinking 50 wines a day. Buying for one of the biggest companies in the country, becoming deeply educated. So when I had all my charisma and I was excited, I could also have the chops for the people that actually cared about learning. If you have those 2 things, you can win. Whether you're building jet engines, if you're doing carpeting. I'm looking at the carpet right now as I read this. I'm bored as hell with carpets, but I promise you, if you're listening right now and you are passionate about carpets, you know interior design, if you don't think that you can make a Snapchat or Instagram or YouTube show that explodes your carpet business, well then you're not paying attention to what's happened over the last 10 years, and more importantly, what's gonna happen over the next 10 years. There is absolutely no boring product if you're actually in business. Let me say that again. There is absolutely no boring product if you're actually in business. If people are buying it, they have an interest. Maybe it's not the most interesting thing in the world. They have an interest about saving money on it, using it properly. It may be a utility, not an entertainment, but if you're lucky enough to be selling a utility, something people need, and if you can just add a little bit of entertainment, then you've got gold. That was awesome.
That was great. Thank you.
D-Rock, I want that.
That was good.
I want that whole thing. I'm so pumped you're here. I want that whole thing. That's gonna give depth. That's like the best answer I gave on this damn book so far. Yo.
Go ahead.
What's up, bro?
Make the show today. Yeah.
You're gonna make the DailyVee.
What's going on? I did the Snapchat in your honor.
DV11. I love it.
Yo.
Yo.
What's happening?
What's happening?
That's what I figured.
I get it.
That was so weird.
Okay. So this is for fucking can't get away from that thing.
It's a beast. Only one in there?
Cop. Okay.
You know, it's funny. It's 9:54 in the evening, and first, Mike's now following me around. You'll be seeing Mike a lot more because we're on a 12-week. Are we on a 12-week, Mike?
12-week fat loss.
12-week fat loss. Gonna get gnarly, really cut up. So that should be fun. So there'll be more Mike on the DailyVee show, but figuring that this episode is a little tricky to create a narrative. I was even about to tell you, D-Rock, maybe we don't even run an episode on days where there's like not an exact thing. But I think we'll air this. We'll see how it goes. I feel like this is my opportunity to like do rants, like when there's episodes that, you know.
Dark.
That's all right.
You'll love it.
I love when it's dark. I'll try to give you some more light. Ooh, look, D-Rock. I got your back. Oh look, D-Rock, I got your back. I hate that we care about lighting now. 100%.
We're getting your last one then before it turns.
Exactly. But you know what I mean? 100. I think there's a deal to be done.
Yes.
Because I think there's a discount for me because I wouldn't do it otherwise, and I'm hoping in that discount you guys get excited. That's what I think.
Yep. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate
All right,
it.
keep talking.
Yep.
Yo. Where am I going? Right here? Oh, with you?
With me, yeah.
Great. What is it?
So we're gonna announce Slack officially.
All right, let's do it. What's up, everybody? This is Gary Vaynerchuk, your CEO. Unlike normal times where I stick around and kind of pander to whatever the other person has to say about this, I'm leaving because I think Alex can handle this. Mainly because most of you don't know who he is. That's why I'm here, to make you realize it's a VaynerMedia video. Alex, take it away.
All right, thanks for
Are you
your
are you walking away?
He's gonna walk.
Yeah.
Then you need that mic.
Okay. That's right. Keep playing. Fine. I'll sit. Go fast.
Cool. So
Facebook stock exploded after our earnings. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited about that. I will end up being historically correct on Facebook for sure. Snapchat will follow that as well. We've been talking a lot about those things. Ari, Marcus, I think what we need to do is get a lot more information here, which I'll let you guys do, and get more of what the KPIs are. Or they just, you know, it's a general awareness, engagement. Like this part, I think I'm very comfortable with the 4 people that are on the call, and then kind of use me as the backstop to like the production of video costs against this to like drive down the overhead so we can come into an attractive price for brands, you know?
Everyone walks in the morning and it's more TMZ style. You walk in the door and your day is, what do we do today? Because 2 hours ago something hit the news and what the say
That's
about it?
interesting.
What the hell are you gonna say about it?
And you build pillars that give you, you gotta build pillars that give you permission to go there. Like if you have a weekly podcast, you can go there.
Yeah, so it's like someone walks in the door and says,
You can't just
"My
tweet
job-
it all of a sudden and be
my
like,
job's to do the podcast instead of my job's to think about my point of sale that I gotta get out the door for first focus.
that's right.
Or stage day.
Or work on stage day. Yeah, it's like I'm wondering.
That's what built with
That's exactly right.
They basically allocated human resources.
Well, they went even different. They have an entire P&L. They're trying to run the thing as a profit center, which is right.
Cheers.
to good health. Good health, guys. Had some great client meetings in the last couple days. Tomorrow's an intense day, flying in, flying out to Tennessee. So that should be a pretty interesting day. 4 hours delay this morning because of fog in Knoxville, and then my pilot got appendicitis. We finally took off, and then the fog didn't clear in Knoxville, so we had to land in Chattanooga. So now I'm just gonna sit in the Chattanooga airport, do the 90-minute call with the client, who's been amazing. Thank you for that, Dave. And then I'm gonna get right back in the plane and fly back. You know, 9:54 p.m. now, going to another meeting. I was intrigued by the first 3 or 4 episodes of people like quantifying like how hard I work or putting in the hours. This has been unbelievably interesting. Back to the rant I did in the booth reading my book. I realized what DailyVee, and I'm just reading all the comments for episode 10. Instead of jockeying and politicking and pondering and posturing and debating for 3 to 4 months, we're just in do mode now. And when you're in do mode, you get done. It's fun that we're producing a piece of content that allows people to learn in a different way. You know, it's unbelievable that I've been writing books and doing keynotes and making videos and putting out 175 episodes and interview after interview. I mean, it must be thousands of videos now on YouTube of me talking about the hustle. And I guess I'm intrigued, and I'm really speaking to you guys now. All these other personalities have created a scenario where I don't think you guys believe anymore. And I think what DailyVee's doing, and I'd like to challenge my contemporaries, thought leaders, people that write books, people that want to sell seminars and courses and monthly retainers to audiences. I challenge them. I challenge you guys to put out your DailyVees. I think this is exciting. I think proving to the market. I mean, I'm excited that D-Rock has to now. And you know what? I like the timestamp on Snapchat too, because I get to really prove it. I guess because you can put a Snapchat at anything. I mean, you can put a timestamp of anything, but it is dark. You know, I'm excited that Mike. What time did we start today? 6:15.
What's up?
We started 6:15 today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:15. Like, you know, I'm excited about the 5:45 wake up and the and the 10, I was excited because me and AJ ended up a little early, like my 10:15 starting for my next meeting. I didn't realize that people thought it wasn't true. And that's the truth. And that's the truth for so many of you watching right now. You didn't think it was true. You didn't think it was true that they were 15, 16 hours a day. You thought they were hyperbolized and they were 8 or 9. You didn't realize every minute was something. You didn't realize that it's every day. Always. Forever. And not that this is for everybody, but it speaks to, it surely has eliminated the luck thing. And what I don't think people realize is this has been going on every day for the last 7 years at this pace. Every day, every single day, 2,000 days in a row, just, you know, pounding and grinding and hustling, and big client to AJ and I strategizing to investment opportunity coming up right now, you know, vetting, you know, where do you think all these answers come from? You think they come from kicks and giggles? You think I'm sitting for an hour on the beach listening to somebody else's podcast and regurgitating? Because I know who's regurgitating my shit. I know who you are. I watch it. I get it. I understand. And I watch it, I get it, and I understand because I'm putting in the work. Because in between, when D-Rock's looking for B-roll right now, I'm on my phone, I'm answering, I'm reading, I'm figuring out, I'm consuming the market. And so the nice feeling is, I thought some of this stuff that I'm feeling over the last 3 weeks with DailyVee would happen in my 60s and 70s and 80s when the results would just prove out. But I didn't realize the power of the storytelling of what this is gonna do. First, I was probably weirdly early on, I've already said this on the show, disappointed that people were so surprised. But now I'm excited because there's a separation that this has allowed for me, and I like it. I like that people are starting to realize that I'm different. Mainly because it's selfish for me, but it also allows people to not be disappointed. One of the most powerful things that are going on right now is how many people are like, oh, okay, I shouldn't be having Gary-type results because I'm putting in half the work. I mean, we're on 6, I mean, between the workout, yeah, we're an hour 13, 14, 15. Like, of course if you're gonna work 7 hours. Oh, by the way, I didn't take an hour lunch. And oh, by the way, I didn't take 15 minutes to watch some bullshit. And oh, by the way, I didn't have a 22-minute talk. And oh, by the way, I didn't take a 5 p.m. beer. Ever. Ever. Not today. Not for the next 7,000 episodes of DailyVee. Because right now you didn't believe it at all. And right now it's only 10 or 11 episodes. But, you know, God willing, we'll get old, D-Rock, but like, I wish I did this 7 years ago. I wish you got to see the last 7 years. Every minute, every day, always, forever.
I regurgitate your content.
I know you do. We know, Mike.
When it comes from the heart.
I get it.
Yeah.
Listen, if you come from the heart, it's all okay.